Okay, so here's another one that's just intended for audio. It's a topic about horses that walk off from the mounting block that I'm going to actually start off by bringing up a different topic about horses that yank their heads out of halters. When you're taking, like, say you put the horse in the stall and you're taking the halter off, and before it's officially off the horse's head, they're dipping their head out of it, or they're diving for their food before you've had a chance to fully take their halter off. Horses that do that are horses that, well, all horses anticipate the next step. So horses that do that are just trying to overachieve. I mean, they're being rude, yes, because there's an agenda for them, is they want to get to their food or they want to get away from you. But it's also an overachievement. They're telling you, I'm smart enough to know what happens next. So that's good. Use that. Be proud of that. So instead of being upset with that, say, okay, let's play a game. I'm going to add a step. So what I do with my horses, especially horses that do that, is I take the halter off in a way where the last step is the crown piece is now joined with the nose piece across the horse's nose. So I've taken off the throat latch or cheek piece, whatever you want to call it, and I've lowered the crown piece down to where the nose piece is. But I'm not done. Okay, that's where a horse normally would try to, lift their head up out of the nose piece, or, dive their head away from you, or even step back and snap their head away. That's when they usually do that. So what I do is I hold that nose piece and crown piece there, and then I put my flat palm on their cheek. And then I expect the anxiousness, the anticipation, the shaken soda feeling in the horse, the agitation of the horse to resolve. So they have to calm. There has to be a moment of absolute silent calm. Then I tell them okay, and I lower the nose piece off their nose. By adding a step, and the step of having to expect calm and then wait for the okay, that's actually adding 2 steps if you think about it. Your horse will never yank its head out of a halter again. Never. Sorry. If you have a horse that steps off of the mounting block, again, do it based on the premise of your horse is just showing you how smart he is. Your horse is telling you, I'm so smart, I know what's going to happen next, so let me overachieve and get there before you tell me to get there. So let me walk off before you tell me to walk off. Or even the horses that walk off from the mounting block while you're gathering your reins. That's a consistent problem in a lot of horses. As soon as you gather the reins, they know you're going to put your foot in the stirrup. And it could be the anticipation on a negative level, like they're saying, I don't want you to do that, so since you're gathering your reins, I'm going to move away, so you can't. Like they are smart enough to recognize that part. But some horses are really just genuinely trying to be cooperative and, superstars. And you got to kind of look at it that way, instead of that they're being bad. So a horse that walks off from a mounting block isn't necessarily being bad. He could potentially be telling you, look at how smart I am. I know what's going to happen next, so let me show you. It's like the kid in class that raises their hand for every single question the teacher asks. This is your horse. He's saying, I know the answer, I got it, So now your horse needs to be told that, no, that's not the next step. So what do? Well, you can make a release, which would be the word okay. You can make a release that's a touch, like a touch on the wither. Like when I teach horses the mounting block, generally I do a touch on the neck and the word okay before we walk away from the mounting block. This way that they know that their next step before they walk off from the mounting block is a release. When mounted, though, sometimes we don't want to go through that, whatever. So there's nothing wrong with stretching your horse, right? Like there's absolutely nothing that promotes no reason to ask your horse to stretch. So a step you could add is a lateral flexion. So while you're standing there mounted on the mounting block, the next step before your horse is told to walk off could be bend your head around, touch my toe with your nose. Bend your head around the other side, touch my toe with your nose. Straighten your head. I'm going to give you a little pet on the side of your head or on the side of your neck, and I'm going to tell you, okay, now you can walk off. Now your horse, if anything, once you're mounted and you gather your reins, what's your horse going to do? He's going to bend around and touch your toe. He's going to bend around and touch your toe. That's a lot better than walking off of the mounting block. You've added a step. By adding a step, your horse can still be a star, yet not seem rude. It's as simple as that.